Hey Resurrection Gig Harbor family, Drew here. I cannot believe that our July core group gathering is only 1 week away. 1 week from today, when you're seeing this, if you're seeing it on Sunday, the 11th of July, 2021. If you're seeing it later, I'm not sure why you're seeing it. But on July 18th at 4 p.m. at Zamel Homestead Park, we are going to be having our July core group gathering, and I personally am really excited for this. It's been 5 weeks since we've gotten together, and so not only am I excited to just be all in the same place and share a meal together, I'm also excited to hear how God has been at work, moving in your lives and through you in the lives of those around you. We've been talking a lot over the past several months about spiritual conversations, gospel conversations. And so if you've had one, I'd love to hear that story. There's actually a way for you to share that in the email. There's a button you can click that says, I had a gospel conversation. You can share your story that way. Or maybe just come ready to share like in 30 seconds, next Sunday, like, hey, here's who I talked to, here's how it went, and here's my next step. Remember, gospel conversations don't have to be sharing the whole gospel story with somebody. It could simply be building trust with someone who doesn't yet trust a Christian or have a Christian friend. It could be asking a good, insightful question that gets somebody to think more deeply about their own life. Or it could be telling them the story of Jesus and inviting them to participate in Jesus' story and to submit their lives to Him and to follow Him. Any of those things would be wonderful stories for us to hear and celebrate. This month, we're not going to be talking as much about gospel conversations. Rather, we're going to shift our focus and talk about spiritual gifts. As we've been gathering together and as I've been getting together with folks, one of the common questions is always, what kind of church are we going to be? What are we going to do? What will our ministry look like in Gig Harbor? What will we do and how will we do it? Those types of questions, which are really great questions. And as we think through that, there are some things that we'll need to do. We need to foster a culture and a community that disciples kids really well and that trains parents to disciple their kids to know, love, and serve Jesus. We need to do that to serve our church family and our community well. We also need to build a hospitality team to show Christ's love through hospitality during our gatherings, and to have teams that help lead and participate in different ways in the worship gatherings. But that's all confined just to one day of the week, and it's not even everything that we might do in our weekly worship gatherings. So what do we do and how do we do it? I think that the way for us to start finding the answers to those questions is to look at what the Spirit of God has already equipped us with, and that is the spiritual gifts of those of us who are Resurrection Gig Harbor. And so we're going to take just a little bit of time to talk about spiritual gifts and what they are and how they all work together to build up the body, but mainly we're going to spend time this month practicing our spiritual gifts in some ways, but also brainstorming what would it look like in the time before we publicly launch for us to already be using our gifts to minister to each other and to the city of Gig Harbor? What about right after public launch? What are the ways in which we can use our unique experiences, passions, and giftings to minister to Gig Harbor? And then what about the long term? What are the things that we would love to be known for in the city? We're going to have time to talk about and brainstorm all of that together. And so I'm very excited to hear how the Lord leads that conversation. So if you haven't already, please sign up to bring something for the potluck. I know you haven't already because I didn't send it out until this email, and I'm sorry for that. But if you could take a moment and sign up to bring something for the potluck so that everyone doesn't end up bringing cookies, that would be, well, I would be okay with everyone bringing cookies, but other people might not be okay with that. So please take a moment and do that. As always, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me. My email and my calendar are in links in the email that you get here. So that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully I will see you next Sunday, July 18th, 4 p.m. for our next core group gathering. As always, still be considering, if you've not already made a decision of how you'll participate in the fundraiser, be considering that, and let me know if you have any questions, as well as what areas you might be interested in serving. See y'all later.